2025 credit repair hacks nobody is talking to. This is part 15, 25-part series where I am exposing what everybody is doing to get those credit repair results that you all see advertised on social media that might seem too good to be true. Yes, this is how they are doing it. They are being exposed. Now, before we get into this video, if you have not by now, make sure that you have subscribed. If you are new here, my name is Credit Coach Nicole Scott, and I like to give you the information that you need to know, not what you want to hear, because if you knew better, you would do better. And this is how those gurus, I call them furus, are getting these fast results. 7-day hack, 5-day hack, the TransUnion hack, the hack to get all the credit shit off your credit report. This is what they are doing. Now, before we get into this video, I want to make a quick disclaimer. I'm not a lawyer. I don't give legal advice. This information is for informational and educational purposes only, nor do I recommend that anyone truly use this unless they are a true victim. And if you are a true victim, my heart goes out to you, but this, my friend, is how you would correct that. So for those of you that don't know how these people are getting these type of results and advertising for a 7-day sweep and letting people know that they can get things removed from their credit report all so fast, this is what they are doing. And I have seen people that have been charging upwards of $1,500 for this so-called hack. I'm giving it to you for free. If you would like access to this full guide with all of the resources included, comment the word guide and I will send you access over. Now, this is what's called the trafficking block, okay? There has been a law passed that if you were a victim of human trafficking, then you would qualify to have the negative items on your credit report that were a result of that blocked from your credit within 4 business days. Okay. Now, does that always happen? No. Sometimes the credit bureaus take longer, but obviously if you have a bunch of stuff that's negative on your credit and it belongs to you, and then you hire a credit repair person and all of a sudden it just all goes away, generally it's because they're doing some sort of block request. All right. It's not really truly credit repair, but if you were truly a victim of human trafficking, and that can be in a number of different ways. All right. And they've kind of outlined this inside of their description. I'll let you guys review that at a later time. But this is essentially what you would need to do if you are a survivor of trafficking. You're going to need to provide your identification to the credit bureaus, a passport, driver's license, social security card, proof of address, utility bill, something like that. So you're going to need to send photo ID, proof of address, and your social security card, along with the proper proof and documentation for them to complete this block. And, some people will take this information and, run with it. Okay. That's on you. I'm not saying, let me say this. I don't judge people for what they do. That happens. I'm not saying to do it. So some people were like, oh my God, that's horrible. That's so wrong. Why are you teaching? I'm not teaching anybody to do anything. I am providing you with the information. And what some people are doing, of course, it's not ethical. I don't agree with it. But again, I don't judge people. But if someone were truly a victim and would qualify for this is a great resource for them to have, because I even myself have talked to quite a few women who have been in the, I guess you can say, realm, and that would be something that would be a resource for them, when in prior years we didn't really know about this stuff because nobody's talking about it. Nobody's teaching this kind of stuff, and if they are, they want to charge you thousands of dollars for it. So again, subscribe to the channel. Credit Coach Nicole Scott is going to give you this information for free. All right. Now, if you can't provide proof, you're going to need to call. Fastest way to get something off your credit report if you've been a victim is to call. I'm going to give you guys the phone numbers because there are separate departments for trafficking blocks. So if you were a victim of trafficking, you can fill out what's called a 605C, which is a form saying that, hey, I've been I've been a victim, and this is my information, kind of like an FTC report, which is in part of this series, right? So if you haven't watched all of the videos in this 25-part series, please do so. But fill this out, okay? Now, if you have contacted an organization that helps with these type of things and provides resources and can provide you with a letter, there's a lot of different ones out there, but you can also get them to write you a letter. And then you would also need to get this form completed, because this is the FCRA section 605 𝒓𝒄𝒉 form. Don't kill the messenger, God damn it. But I don't, this is not something that I necessarily do, so I don't know how to say this shit. But this is what you do, okay? It doesn't matter how I say it, this is what you do. And essentially, follow the instructions here. Now, what does this say right here? This is to be completed by an individual authorized to do so. So this needs to be from some sort of organization, and you would need to fill in that information here. Then you would need to have that person sign. All right. Now, this was revised in 2024. So all of this is fairly new, but this is the form that they want. They don't want a letter, because they want this form, and then attached to this form, you need to have all of the information that, like, account names, account numbers, inquiries, any information, names, addresses, whatever. All of that needs to be listed out. And all that you have to do is just date it and say, please block the following information. Okay. It doesn't need to have anything more or less, right? It's very simple and easy, right? Don't overcomplicate things. Now, here is a sample letter that, the FTC has actually provided to victims, which is an outline. So this is tagged inside of here. Again, it's very, very simple. It's asking for the trafficking block. If the credit bureaus are not helping you, like they're not listening, you can go to the CFPB about this. So what I always like to do is put them on notice, or, not what I like to do, but, what the proper ways to do anything when it comes to the credit bureaus. Doesn't matter if it's this, that, or whatever, is to put them on notice, right? Put them on notice, put it in dispute, then follow up. Then once it's been about 60 days or so, then you can go to the CFPB. Some people like to go to the CFPB a lot quicker, but I like to document the process, because the CFPB likes for you to try to resolve the matter in a reasonable amount of time with the credit bureaus. Now, mind you, when you're asking for this type of block, by law, they have 4 business days from the time you put them on notice to block this information from your credit file. And this is why people are getting results so quickly, if you know what I mean. Now, some people are okay with that. Again, some people might not appreciate that, but this is essentially one of many ways that you can get a piece of information blocked from your credit report. So it says right here again, 4 days. And then if you have issues with them, you can contact the CFPB by calling them. And you can also get the Attorney General's office involved if you feel like, they are not listening. And of course, that's going to be your state attorney general's office. So this is the contact information. Each bureau, again, is going to be different information, different contacts for this type of block. All right. So this is the phone number for TransUnion. These are their hours, Monday through Friday. The mailing address is even different than your standard one. So it does vary here. And this is going to be the information for Equifax. All right. The phone number, the address here, Experian, phone number, address. And this is just, some more information on other places that potentially might have that data on file for you. A lot of these are owned by TransUnion because they're the ones that actually give you this information. So again, this is why a lot of people say it's the TransUnion sweep, TransUnion hack. It's not a hack. It's nothing to that. It's simply a way people are taking advantage. I feel like, just be honest. But again, I don't judge, right? I don't want to judge anybody. Equifax trafficking information. Every bureau is going to provide information. So I've kind of put all of that at a snapshot because they tell you exactly what they want you to do, right? And they are going to want, all of them are going to want that FCRA 605 𝒓𝒊𝒕 form, however you say it. All right. So no matter what, that form needs to be completed. You can also file the FTC report. I went over how to file this report in the previous episode number 13. So watch that video, but you can also do the FTC report in addition. But again, all of that is inside of this guide. And then, you can even have ChatGPT write up a letter, but here's the sample letter that you want to do. You can send that off to TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, and then follow up with phone calls to these bureaus, because when you have that type of experience, they are supposed to expedite everything. All right. 4 business days is what they have, and they are trained to be able to get that shit deleted from your credit report within 4 business days. So I hope that helped. Again, don't kill the messenger. I'm just here to, show you guys, for those of you that truly do qualify, for those of you that have been a victim, my heart goes out to you. I really do feel for you. But here is the road to recovery. This is one of many ways that you can get items blocked that don't belong to you, or that, were a result of something in that nature, right? Any sort of, it could be work trafficking, it could be other sources of trafficking. So again, thank you for watching. My name is Credit Coach Nicole Scott. If you haven't by now, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give me a huge thumbs up. Let me know if you found value in the video. Please, no negative comments. Okay, I do this, for the good, because if you knew better, you would do better. I'll see you next time.